A shadow of fear, the fight against the Tren de Aragua and the looming threat of the Alien Enemies Act. The dramatic escalation of the situation surrounding Venezuela's Tren de Aragua, T-Day, gang took a sharp turn this weekend, culminating in a presidential proclamation declaring the gang a foreign terrorist organization, FTO, a move swiftly followed by a legal battle that throws the 1798 Alien Enemies Act into stark relief. The clash highlights a deep-seated fear, the potential for mass deportations under the guise of national security, bypassing established legal protections and raising profound questions about due process and civil liberties. The White House proclamation, issued Saturday, painted a grim picture. Tren de Aragua, T-Day, is a designated foreign terrorist organization with thousands of members, many of whom have unlawfully infiltrated the United States and are conducting irregular warfare and undertaking hostile actions against the United States. This declaration immediately sets the stage for aggressive action against the gang, potentially impacting hundreds, if not thousands, of Venezuelan nationals residing within the United States. However, the proclamation's impact was instantly challenged. Just hours earlier, U.S. District Judge James Boasberg of the Federal District Court in Washington, D.C., issued a temporary restraining order, TRO, halting the deportation of Venezuelans potentially targeted under the newly enacted FTO designation for a crucial 14-day period. This landmark decision came in direct response to a lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union ACLU and Democracy Forward. The organizations argued that the Trump administration's actions represent an unlawful invocation of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, a law designed for wartime emergencies, not the current peacetime context. They contend that using this archaic statute to accelerate mass deportations sidesteps crucial safeguards and established procedures within U.S. immigration law. This isn't merely a technicality. It's a battle over the fundamental principles of justice and fairness within the American legal system. The ACLU and Democracy Forward argue that the Trump administration's interpretation of the Alien Enemies Act is a dangerous precedent, potentially setting the stage for arbitrary detentions and deportations based on vague accusations, severely undermining the rights of vulnerable populations. Their fears stem from the president's own words, spoken during his inaugural address. By invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. This statement, they argue, foreshadows a broad sweep of deportations, targeting not only members of the T-Day, but potentially anyone perceived as a threat, regardless of individual circumstances or due process. The potential for abuse under such a broad interpretation is deeply concerning. Judge Boasberg's decision to issue the TRO represents a crucial, albeit temporary, victory for civil liberties advocates. The 14-day reprieve offers a window of opportunity to fully examine the legality of the administration's actions and prevents immediate deportations while a more thorough legal review unfolds. However, the fight is far from over. A critical remote hearing is scheduled before Judge Boasberg today at 5 p.m. The ACLU and Democracy Forward plan to push for an expansion of the TRO to encompass all individuals facing deportation under the Alien Enemies Act. Their aim is to prevent a potential mass deportation campaign that would violate fundamental legal principles and inflict severe harm on countless lives. The situation is fraught with tension. The government's focus on national security is understandable, given the alleged crimes committed by the Tren de Aragua. But the urgency to address this threat must not overshadow the fundamental rights and legal protections afforded to all individuals within the United States, regardless of their nationality or origin. This is not just a legal battle. It's a fight for the heart of American justice. The outcome will have profound implications for the future of immigration law, the balance between national security and civil liberties, and the fate of countless individuals caught in the crossfire. The coming days will be critical in determining whether the rule of law will prevail over the potential for mass deportation under a controversial and historically problematic statute. The eyes of the nation, and indeed the world, are watching. The 14-day reprieve is a temporary pause in what could become a profound crisis. The legal battle continues, and the stakes are incredibly high.